Homewares has been a focus area for us, both in the homeware and furniture area over the last 2 or 3 years, particularly on the product. Prior to that, we'd really been opening a lot of stores at quite a speed, which was really to get us established in the market. And when you're opening a lot of stores, it's all about just trying to get the product into the stores that you can actually open them. Mm-hmm. And when you open some of our larger living space stores, there's a degree of cannibalization that takes place. Mm-hmm. And we always expected that, from the time we launched At Home. But in the last couple of years, we've slowed that down, and we've been able to apply a much greater focus to the actual merchandise offering, and both on the homeware side and on the furniture side. And that focus is certainly paying off with outstanding results over the last couple of years.
So the right merchandising strategy there. When it comes to clothing, of course, your big earnings generator there, total sales up 13%. And of course, we keep on talking about these new entrants coming into South Africa. The likes of Zara come to mind. Topshop is also coming here. Does this mean that you're having to up the ante when it comes to the way that you source merchandise?
Well, I think that there's no doubt that having international retailers coming into the country does make everybody focus on what they're doing, and it helps us to up our game. It's good for the consumer. It gives more choice. But I think one has to keep that in perspective. At the moment, there are 3 Zara stores. We don't have a Topshop store here. I think Topshop at the moment only have no more than 2 stores in any country outside of the UK. Mm-hmm. They are Northern Hemisphere. We are Southern Hemisphere. That does bring with it problems for them as well. Mm-hmm. But I think that the local retailers, by and large, are actually good retailers. And these international retailers that arrive are often aimed at the mass middle market, but have product that in terms of its quality and value are probably quite expensive when it actually reaches our shores. Yeah. And we're all obviously able to offer credit, which I think helps. And we obviously are very well established in all the major shopping centres and CBDs around the country. Mm-hmm. So they're quite the barriers to entry are quite high.
And as you say, you have to look at it from the other perspective and look at, I suppose, the group, the income group that you're catering to, and perhaps a lot more aligned than those other more high-end retailers. When it comes to your gross margin sitting at 41.8%, it's the same as it was this time last year. You talk about the fact that you've been able to pass on gains in efficiency when it comes to sourcing clothing to consumers. But talk to us about, buying strategies right now. When it comes to a retailer like yourself, where do you predominantly source the textiles? Where do you predominantly source the goods that you sell in your store? And are you able to negotiate better prices there? And how are you being able to do that?
All right, Samantha. Look, it varies. We're a very diverse group, first of all. So, if we talk ladies' wear, it's a little bit different to men's wear, which would be different to jewellery and sports, etc. But if I just take ladies' wear as an example, we still source or manufacture about 60 to 65% of the ladies' wear in our business locally. The fabric that we use for that manufacture, probably about 75 to 80% is imported, and the balance would obviously be coming from various locations around the world, but I guess predominantly from the east. But we are a lot more fleet of foot, and in our menswear area, for example, what we were making in China, say, 18 months ago, 50% of that has now been relocated to Mauritius. Mm-hmm. So we do look to source product from all over the world, and it does vary by each of our merchandise categories.